You have tried different haircuts over the years, and somehow, every time you leave the salon, something feels off. Not wrong exactly, just not quite right. Not quite you, and not quite young. Nobody tells women over 50 the truth about haircuts. Until now. I researched the worst style and beauty mistakes and youth-boosting fixes for mature women, so you get simple, proven transformations that work instantly. Today we are perfecting your haircut, and by part 3, you will want to pause this video and call your stylist. I mean it. We are covering 5 haircuts that genuinely take years off your face, why some cuts you love are quietly working against you, and the one cut in part 1, the layered bob that lifts everything. Have you ever walked out of the salon feeling like something aged you instead of refreshed you? You sat in that chair for an hour and left looking somehow heavier, somehow flatter, and you could not quite name why. Here is what most stylists will not say out loud. The wrong bob is one of the fastest ways to add years to your face after 50. A blunt, heavy bob with no internal movement is the biggest hair mistake you might be making right now. When hair sits flat and uniform at the jaw, it pulls the eye downward. And after 50, when your face has naturally softened along the jaw and cheekbones, the last thing you want is a cut that emphasizes weight rather than structure. This one thing is doing more damage than you realize. The layered bob changes everything. Soft internal layers. Not choppy, not dramatic, just subtle. Lift the hair away from the jaw and create movement that draws the eye up. Honestly, the layered bob is the one cut I wish someone had handed me a diagram of 20 years ago. Because once you see it working, you wonder how you went so long without it. If you are still wearing a one-length blunt bob, swap it for a layered version with soft face framing pieces. The difference is immediate. Your bone structure comes forward, your jaw looks cleaner, and your whole face reads as lifted without a single product touching your skin. Ask your stylist specifically for internal layers and face framing movement, not a full shag, not a choppy cut. Just gentle internal layering that lets the hair breathe and move. This is the one that made a friend of mine stop mid-conversation and ask what changed, and she had known me for 15 years. Maintain your layered bob with a trim every 6 to 8 weeks. Layers grow out unevenly, and when they do, that beautiful movement disappears and the aging weight creeps back in. Coming up in part 2, the single haircut that works like a facelift without touching your skin, and the surprising reason most women over 50 are afraid to try it. Part 2, the face framing leishia. Bold statement ahead. There is one haircut that does more for your face shape than contouring, more than blush placement, more than highlighter. And most women over 50 have never even heard its name. The leishia, a layered pixie, is the most underestimated youth-restoring cut of the decade. Here is the truth that changes how you see short hair forever. A standard pixie with no layering flattens the crown and pushes attention toward the lower face, exactly where aging shows first. That is what makes many women feel like short hair aged them when they tried it. It was not the length. It was the structure. The leishia is different. Longer layers on top, shorter underneath, with soft movement around the temples and crown. That crown volume is the key. Volume at the top of the head creates a vertical lift that reshapes your entire face profile in under 60 seconds of styling. Yes, that's simple. There is one technique inside the leishia that changes how your entire face reads in a room, and it takes your stylist exactly 4 minutes to execute. The face framing pieces, those soft wispy layers that fall just forward of the ear, catch the light and draw every eye directly to your cheekbones. Those beautiful cheekbones that have always been there. The leishia puts them in the spotlight. If you are still wearing a flat, close-cropped pixie, swap it for a leishia with crown layering and face framing pieces. The flat pixie closes your face. The leishia opens it. This is the cut that women describe as feeling like themselves again. Not like they changed, but like they finally came back. Maintain your leishia every 5 to 6 weeks. The crown layers are what create the magic. And when they grow out past a certain length, they lose their lift and the effect flattens. Your stylist will know exactly what to preserve. Part 3 is coming, and it covers the one haircut that is having its biggest moment right now. The reason it is flattering women over 50 specifically, and the single detail that takes it from ordinary to extraordinary. Part 3, the soft shag with curtain bangs. Something is happening in salons right now. Women over 50 are walking in asking for a cut that stylists have been quietly recommending for 2 years, and the results are stopping people in hallways. The soft shag with curtain bangs is not a trend. It is a correction. A correction for every haircut that ever made your face feel heavy, dated, or invisible. Here is the insight most women have never been given. After 50, when your face naturally softens and loses some of its angular definition, your hair needs to create that definition for you. A soft shag does exactly that. The layers add texture and movement. The curtain bangs frame your forehead and draw attention upward, toward your eyes, your bone structure, your natural elegance. It is not about going shorter. It is about going strategic. Honestly, curtain bangs are the best-kept secret in mature women's styling, and I cannot believe it took this long for them to become mainstream conversation. The detail that takes this cut from nice to extraordinary is the weight of the bangs. Curtain bangs for women over 50 should be wispy, never blunt, never heavy. Heavy bangs cut across the forehead like a line and emphasize horizontal rather than vertical. Wispy curtain bangs do the opposite. They soften. They frame. They open. If you are still wearing heavy, straight across bangs, swap them for curtain bangs with wispy ends and a soft center part. The straight bang closes your forehead. The curtain bang frames those beautiful eyes. This is the one detail that made 3 different women in my circle ask their stylist for it in the same week, after seeing one woman walk into a room. To maintain your curtain bangs, visit your stylist every 4 weeks just for a bang trim. Bangs grow faster than the rest of your cut, and when they get even slightly too long or too heavy, they lose their lifting effect immediately. Do not miss part 4. Because we are covering the haircut that works specifically with your natural silver and gray tones in a way that makes the color look like a Part 4. The silver enhancing French bob. You spent years trying to fight your gray, covering it, blending it, managing it. And then one day you looked at a woman across the room with the most stunning silver hair you had ever seen. And something shifted. Here is what that woman almost certainly had. The right cut for gray and silver hair is only as stunning as the cut behind it. When silver hair is worn long and without structure, the color reads as heavy and aged. The length pulls the color downward and the eye follows. But when silver hair is given the right frame, short, precise, with clean lines, the color reads as intentional, luminous, and genuinely striking. That is the French bob, and it was practically designed for silver hair. The French bob sits just at or slightly above the jaw. It is slightly shorter in the back, angled gently forward toward the face, with clean lines and just enough internal softness to avoid looking severe. On silver hair, this cut acts like a jewel setting. Honestly, the French bob on silver hair is the combination I have seen stop people mid-sentence. Not because it is dramatic, but because it is so perfectly composed that it reads as effortless and expensive at the same time. If you are still wearing your silver hair long and unshaped, swap it for a French bob with a clean angle and soft internal layers. Long unshaped silver reads as unintentional. A French bob makes the color feel curated, chosen, and powerfully elegant. There is one technique your stylist can add to the French bob specifically for silver hair. A slight graduation in the back that makes the color shift visibly as you move. It catches light differently from every angle and makes your hair look dimensional without a single drop of dye. Maintain your French bob with a trim every 5 to 6 weeks. The angle of the cut is what carries all the elegance, and when it grows out evenly, that angled lift disappears and the cut loses its defining effect. Part 5 is the one you will remember longest, because it covers the haircut that works for virtually every face shape after 50, and the one small adjustment that takes it from standard to spectacular. Part 5. The voluminous collarbone cut. Most women spend years chasing the right haircut without ever being told the one rule that makes every cut work better after 50. It is not about your face shape. It is not about your texture. It is about volume and where it lives. You needed to hear this. After 50, hair naturally loses density at the crown and temples. The top gets thinner. The weight falls. And when that happens without the right cut to compensate, your entire silhouette flattens in a way that is quietly, relentlessly aging. The voluminous collarbone cut solves this directly. It sits at the collarbone, long enough to feel feminine and versatile, short enough to allow real volume and body. The key is the internal structure. Layers that build volume specifically at the crown and through the mid-lengths, not just at the ends. This is not a simple long cut with a trim. It is an engineered cut that fights the exact kind of flatness that aging hair produces. There is one adjustment inside this cut that your stylist can make in under 10 minutes, and it changes the entire silhouette of your face. Soft. Honestly, the collarbone cut with internal volume is the one I recommend first to every woman who tells me she feels like her hair has just given up on her. Because it rebuilds exactly what time quietly takes away. If you are still wearing a flat, one-length collarbone cut, swap it for a version with internal crown layering and back graduation. Flat collarbone pulls attention downward. A voluminous collarbone lifts your whole face frame and makes those beautiful eyes the first thing anyone sees. Ask your stylist specifically for crown-building layers and nape graduation. Those two words together will tell her exactly what you are after. And a good stylist will know immediately why you are asking. Maintain your collarbone cut with a trim and layer refresh every 7 to 8 weeks. The internal layers are doing the structural work, and once they grow past a certain length, the volume they create begins to collapse. Keep them refreshed and your cut keeps working for you every single day. You just learned 5 haircuts that most women spend years trying to stumble into on their own. The layered bob, the lichia, the soft shag with curtain bangs, the French bob for silver hair, and the voluminous collarbone cut. Boom! Your bone structure was always this stunning. Now your haircut finally shows it. Tell me in the comments, which of these 5 cuts are you booking first? And which mistake were you making without even knowing it? I read every single comment and I want to know. Next time, we are uncovering the makeup mistake that adds 10 years to your face before you even leave the bathroom. And the fix takes less than 60 seconds. Like this video,